Hey, this is Anthony from Lab Games. Today we're going to play Star Trek Panic. So 1 to 6 player cooperative game by USAopoly based on the Castle Panic and Dead Panic series. So join me at the table, I'll show you how to set it up and we'll get going. Alright, welcome to the table. So I have Star Trek Panic set up. I'm going to play a solo game and I'm going to use 2 of the ship's officers. So I've chosen Hiraku Sulu and Ensign Pavel Chekhov. So let's take a look at their special abilities. Okay, so as you can see, Lieutenant Sulu allows, during the play cards and maneuver phase, he can maneuver the Enterprise twice, which will come in handy. Then I have, for Chekhov, I've got during the play cards and maneuver phase, deal 1 additional damage to 1 target attacked with a phaser card. So those are going to be our special abilities we need to remember. All right, in the center of the board, I've got the Enterprise assembled, and I have all of these blue, like sort of walls erected, and those are basically shields, undamaged. And you'll understand how that mechanic works as we play. Okay, so for the rest of the setup, I've got my mission card stack. I've got the mission timer card with the mission counter token, and that'll track time of each of the missions. We've got the Enterprise card deck shuffled and ready to go here. And we've got our die. And also this is a threat bag for all the threat tokens, and you'll see how that works. So they'll be drawn at random and placed on the board, and they'll all move towards the Enterprise to attack it. And in the beginning of the game, we have to spawn a Klingon battlecruiser, Tholian, and a Romulan battlecruiser. So at random, I'm going to place these in sector 1, 3, and 5. And the Enterprise starts facing basically to the right. If you have the board situated this way, it's going to be the nose pointing between sectors 1 and 6, and the sectors are all numbered in the far range circle. So I will get these, I'll place these randomly now, and I'll just draw them out. So we've got the Tholian coming in sector 1, we've got the Romulan battlecruiser in sector 3, and we've got the Klingon battlecruiser coming in sector 5. So they all face with the side pointed towards the Enterprise with the highest number, so that's their defense rating. So think of it as like their health. So every time they take a hit, they rotate, and then once they have nothing left, they're dead. So they all start there. All right, I'm going to deal out 6 cards per character. You could play this with just 1 character, but it is a lot tougher because you don't get those additional skill abilities, so you definitely want to do that. Each of their turns is going to consist of a number of phases they're going to go through. So they're going to draw up to their hand limit, which is 6. They're going to reveal a new mission card if there's not 1 active. They can trade 1 card between each other. Play cards and maneuver, so you get to play cards as many times as you want, but you only get to maneuver once unless stated otherwise. Check the mission status to see if you completed it. If not, the threats then move and fire, and then you draw 2 new threat cards. So at the end of every turn, 2 new threats are going to come onto the board. So it never lightens up. But that's it, so I'll deal out the 6 cards, and we will draw our first mission. Alright, so the first of our 5-year mission, first year, is the first card. So once you complete 5 missions, you've beaten the game. So let's see what we have. Well, I think you have to complete 5 missions to destroy all the threats on the board. So our first mission is called the Doomsday Machine. An ancient planet-killing starship has crippled a Federation ship and is attacking the Enterprise. So there's no time limit, so we're not going to use a timer card. And it tells you what we have to do in order to play this. So we're going to roll the die and place a Doomsday Machine token in the long-range sector. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so I've taken the Doomsday Machine token, and we'll roll a die. So we got a 4. So we put this in the furthest sector of sector 4, And now, during the threats and move fire phase, the threats, move, and fire phase, that's when they get their attack, the Doomsday Machine is going to move clockwise one sector, not forward, so it's not going to come close to the ship, but it's going to fire a 2 damage attack to that side of the Enterprise. It's immune to Enterprise attack, so we must commit a number of requirements to satisfy this card. So at the bottom it shows us each of these symbols we're going to have in every card, pretty much. Well, most of the cards have these symbols associated with them, so we're going to have to assign cards with those symbols to this objective, to this mission, in order to complete it. We're also going to have to add 1 tritanium card and 1 dilithium card. So once we have all of those, we will destroy the Doomsday Machine. So doesn't seem terribly tough, but that, along with fighting 3 other ships, is not going to be easy. So with that, we can move on to basically to Mr. Sulu's turn. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to deal out, you know what, do it this way, retake. So what I'm going to do now is deal out 6 cards to each officer, and we're going to see what their starting hands are going to look like. So we've got tritanium, we've got dilithium. That's good because we need that. And you'll notice that these can also be played for their symbols. So you've got like science, you've got like security, tactical, all that good stuff. So let's see. So I know I've got a decent hand to deal with some of the requirements of the Doomsday Machine. But I've also got these attack cards, and these are going to let me attack specific quadrants, depending on which way the ship is facing and how far out. So it looks like we've only got 2 medium range attacks, a rear and a front. But at least I've got these 2. So we're also going to need 3 symbols, right? So I know I've got 1, 2 of the required symbols. I need 1 more, and I could pretty much complete this. I'm just missing, I think I'm missing another red. So if I look at Chekhov's hand, see if he's got one that he can trade, and he does not. So that's not a good start. But he does have no sensor contact, so that's a good card, and a lot of attack. So maybe I at least trade off one of his attack cards because he's got a long range attack. So why don't we go ahead and do that? We'll just keep that in mind. So first action is to draw up for the turn, right? Reveal the new mission, which we did. We're going to trade a card. So let's trade. We'll trade maybe a tritanium card to Chekhov, and we'll take the long range rear phasers, right? So we've done our trade. Now play cards and maneuver. We can do this in any order we want. So what I'll start off with is I'm going to fire the long range rear phasers. And remember, during this phase, Sulu can move twice. Normally he can only move once, but he can move twice, which is okay. So, maybe I should deal with this. No, I'm going to leave the Tholian. Tholians don't fire. Tholians get up on you and they sort of lock you down with their web. So I'm going to fire on him. So fire long range rear phasers. That goes into this card pile, and he hits the Ryman the battle cruiser, takes him down to 1 health. Right. I don't have any more attack cards at long range, and everybody's at long range. So what I have to do is I will assign dilithium and tritanium to the Doomsday Machine. So I just place them down. I will also assign the security team to get that symbol, and that's it. So his turn's over. That's all I can do. Next is move. Do I want to move? I don't really think I need to at this stage, so I'm going to keep where I am. Now when you move, you can turn in any direction, one sector at a time, or if you want to fly forward, everything in the 2 sectors in front of you will come a space closer to you. So that's how that works. So basically, he's done. I'm going to now move on to check mission status, So the mission, this would be where I check to see if I completed the mission. I didn't. If it was timed, I would move the timer down 1. Since it's not, I don't have to worry about that. Now my threats move and fire. So all of your threats are going to move in. So you do it like sector at a time. So we'll just start with 1 and go around. So he'll move up 1, doesn't fire because they don't shoot. Let's see, this Romulan battle cruiser will move up and fire. He does 1 damage, so he's going to do 1 damage to that shield. Okay, so we took 1 shield damage in the rear quadrant, and I was actually wrong. The Tholians do fire until they get to the close range, and then they just lock you down. So he did fire, and I took 1 damage there. We are actually going to take 2 damage from the Doomsday Machine, but he's not going to move. So he's actually going to destroy those shields. And the Klingon battle cruiser will come up and fire as well, and we'll take another damage on that shield. Okay, so the way the shields work is they'll take 1 damage, and then if they take a second damage, it removes that shield entirely. So the Doomsday Machine actually removed this whole shield section. Next hit will be hull damage, and then start destroying parts of the hull, which will make me immobile. So that is the end of their threat and move phase, and now we draw 2 new threats, so it doesn't stop. So we draw the first threat, and we get another Romulan battle cruiser. So I just roll the die to see where it comes in, and he comes into sector 5. And our second threat is a magnetic storm. So roll the die and rotate the Enterprise. So we roll a 2. So for a 1 to 3, 1 sector counterclockwise. So the Enterprise is actually going to rotate to the left. All right, so that's done. I'll just discard that. And we are at the end of Sulu's turn. So we move on to Pavel Chekhov. Okay, we are on to Chekhov's turn. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we know he doesn't have enough. This is, we're still missing a, we have a command. We're missing a, what does it need here? Oh, it needs a science and an engineering. So we have science. We can donate this. So we'll donate this. We'll definitely donate that towards the mission. So let me just go back to the turn sequence. So draw, we didn't need to draw because this is first turn. We don't need to reveal a new mission card. We don't need to trade because we already did a trade last turn, so I know he's not going to need anything else. So I'm onto to play cards and maneuver. So, and with Chekhov, he gets to do an additional damage to somebody. So he's going to try to clean this place up a bit, I think. Even though he's got all short range attacks, which is terrible because everybody's at far range. But he does get to move. So if he moves forward 1, these guys all come up 1. So we'll do that. And he is going to fire short range front phaser. So that's going to do 2 damage because he does 1 additional damage with phasers, right? So it's going to take him to 2 and to 1 health. And I think we'll finish him off with another short range front phaser. So we'll knock out the Klingon battle cruiser. We still have this Romulan battle cruiser, but we don't have any range on him. So I think we're going to be in trouble this round. Alright, so that's all I can do. I'm going to play the no sensor contacts card. And what that's going to do is we won't draw any threat tokens this turn, so it'll give us a break. And we'll save these 2 cards. Now we check mission status. We know we're not complete because we're still missing an engineering card, but we're getting close. Now we go on to threats, move, and fire. So let's see, we're gonna have a whole lot of bad things happening. So boom, he's gonna move, and those 2 are gonna fire and hit these 2 shields. All right, 2 shields hit. They do 1 damage each. Now they're close range. Actually, no, he doesn't do damage because he webs us, so we can't move. That's what he does. So we're webbed. This guy doesn't move. He's going to shoot us for 2 damage, so he automatically is going to knock out that shield. He is going to shoot and do 1 damage to this rear sector of the ship. Alright, so we take damage here. It's not destroyed, it's just damaged. This whole shield section's gone. We don't have to spawn any more threats, and we can move on to the next turn. So let's go back to Sulu. He's got 2 cards. I get to draw up to 6. 1, 2, 3. There's 4 more cards, right? I can trade now because I don't have to reveal a new mission, but I can trade a card. Do I have engineering? I don't, which is no good, but I have a lot of close range and I can't turn, so I'm in trouble. So let's see. We have a close range side. I can definitely use that. So I'll trade this and I'll give him, maybe I'll give him medium range front phasers. Yeah, why not? Alright, so we're going to use this and we're going to fire. Short range side. That will take out this guy. And now we can move. So do I want to turn? I probably do. And I will probably turn counterclockwise. Right? So that I'm giving him my shields. He's got my shields here, so he won't break through. But I am going to take another hull hit on this side from this battle cruiser. I don't have any more attacks because I can't attack this doomsday machine. And do I have a side mid-range? I daren't. Just front and back. Well, wait a minute. So before I turn, let's go back. Before my move, because I didn't realize I had this. So I've got a mid-range rear phaser, so I'm going to knock him out. And now we'll turn. Boom. Alright. He can maneuver twice actually, so I think I'll turn again. So we'll face this way. And we are done. So Sulu's over. They move and attack, so the Romulan cruiser is going to hit those shields, and the Doomsday machine is actually going to cut through my shields again. Alright, so damaged shields, shield section destroyed. We can repair the damage, we have to rebuild the destroyed sector. So that's done. Threats move and fire. Now we draw 2 new threats. So let's see what we have here. We have a system overload. All players discard 1 hit card of their choice. So let's see what we're going to discard. 1 card of choice. I will get rid of the security team. And Chekhov will get rid of. I'll get rid of these medium range phasers, which kind of stinks, but could have been worse. Next threat, we have another Tholian. So let's see what sector it comes into. Sector 4. We are here. Alright, not terrible. We just have to worry about them next round. So back to, so that was Sulu. We'll go back to Chekhov. So draw up. So he's going to draw 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Back up to 6. Finally, engineering. So we are going to reveal the new mission, blah, blah, blah. We're going to trade cards. Do we want to trade? I don't know. What is this? We have a force field. What do we want to do? Do we want to trade? I don't think I do. Do I have a... No, he doesn't. Does he have any close range attacks? Nah. So we're not trading anything. We'll continue on here. So what I'll do is I'm going to play this dilithium. So now we're on the play cards and maneuver. So play the dilithium here, and that's that. And now let's see, force field. Place one force field token on one uncloaked threat token. That token does not move or fire this turn. All right, we're gonna hold on to that for a second. What I think I'm gonna do is I'm going to turn this ship around. So we're going to turn the ship once. So we're going to maneuver. We're going to turn. And now this Romulan battle cruiser is on our aft. So we're going to use short range rear phasers. And Chekhov deals 1 additional damage with phasers. So he's going to wreck this Romulan. Boom, he's dead. I don't have any long range on this side. So maybe, just maybe, I could lock down that Tholian. Why don't we do that? So I can place the force field token on this Tholian. So let's lock him down. So he's locked down this turn. He does not move or fire this turn. Boom. All right, so we're done. Chekhov is good. So he's done playing cards, maneuvering. Check mission status. All right, so we've got tritanium, dilithium, and 1 of each symbol. We've paid the price. So once we do that, we have the rigging. We rigged a crippled Federation ship as a giant bomb and destroyed the Doomsday Machine. So we do not draw any new threat tokens this turn. You may repair and or rebuild up to 2 hull sections. So I will repair this hull section. And there's no need to rebuild, so we're good. Doomsday Machine has been destroyed. We don't draw any new threats this round, so hopefully next round we can recover a bit. So Chekhov is done. Now we go back to Mr. Sulu. Oh my. Alright, so for completing our mission, I get to put this token here. Let's draw up for Mr. Sulu. So our first year was successful. We got beat up a little bit, but not too bad. I get to draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. I'm also going to pull this force field off of him, so he's going to come back into business. The Carbomite maneuver. I can remove 1 threat token from anywhere on the board and return it to the draw bag. But I do have long range phasers. So you know what? This is long range in any facing. So you know what? First things first. So we have to reveal a new mission card. So we beat the Doomsday Machine. That's done. So we'll get rid of this. Now we're on to year 2. Year 2 mission is, let's take a look. The mysterious ship. Okay, an unidentified vessel is damaged and losing life support. So mission timer starts at 4. Roll the die and place a disabled ship token in that long range sector. Disabled ship does not move or fire. We must maneuver the Enterprise so that the disabled ship is in short range, completing the mission as the stranded crew are rescued. Alright, so let's get that set up. Alright, we shall roll. We get a 4, so disabled ship is in sector 4, so we've got to make our way to that. Piece of cake. Alright, so we have 4 rounds to do it, so I put my timer indicator on 4. And let's get going. So do we want to trade a card? Let's see what Chekhov has. He just has some combat cards, so nothing of use to us right now. We do have some good stuff going on here. So I'm going to use these long-range sign phasers. First thing, boom, knock out this Tholian. So Mr. Sulu wrecks him. He's only got 1 hit point, so he's done. Get that out of there. I don't have any cards to heal up, which I would like. So let's see, Yeoman Rand. Draw 2 Enterprise cards and add them to your hand. Or she can be any division credit, which is nice. But I don't really need her right now. I need cards if I can repair. So let's get rid of her. I'm going to draw 2 Enterprise cards. 1 2. All right. Let's use Nurse Chapel. All players draw 1 enterprise card. All right, I'll draw 1 for me and draw 1 for Mr. Chekhov. He gets the dilithium, so maybe he can do some repairs. All right, so I had a lot of combat, which is good. I don't need to do the Carbonara effect yet, the Carbomite maneuver. So what I'll do is Sulu gets to move twice, right? So he's got no more cards to play. So he's going to turn 1 to face the ship, and then move forward 1 to bring the ship in 1 space closer. So his plays and maneuvers are done. Check mission status, we're not complete, but we do move the timer down 1. Threats move and fire, we don't have any on the board. Now we draw 2 more threats to add. So let's see what comes out. So we have an electromagnetic storm. Roll the die. 5. So that's this sector. If the section has no shield, it deals 1 damage to hull. We have a shield there, fortunately, so we don't take any damage. That's done. 1 more. And we get a Klingon bird of prey. Not good. So this comes in on the 4-track. A lot of 4-track ships. Boom. All right, so we've now drawn 2 new threats. Mr. Sulu is done. And we pass over to Mr. Chekhov. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. We will draw 1, 2. So he's up to 6 again. He's got a lot of weapons here. So I think we need to, so we've drawn up, revealed the mission, it's already up, trade a card. Do I want to trade a card? I think he just has combat, right? And I can lock down a threat. Let's see if I can kill this threat without having to trade a card. So this repairs a shield. I'd like to, if I can get the trilithium, I can actually rebuild a missing shield, which would be helpful. Let's see. I do have long range. Now I can handle this, so I won't need to trade. All right, so let's go to play cards and maneuver. So I'm going to play card first. Multi-range front phasers. Actually, you know what? First I'm going to move. I think that's probably better. Does he have a frontal attack? A frontal close attack? Oh, he's got a frontal long range. I will trade. I'll trade for this medium, right? So I'm going to trade for this medium range front phaser, and I'll give him the dilithium. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move first, and that's going to bring these guys in a little closer. So now we're right up on this disabled ship. We're also in medium range of this bird of prey. So I'm going to use the medium range front phasers, which gives me +1 damage to the target, so that'll hit for 2. That kills the bird of prey before he's able to cloak. So he's done. So we are all done with that. He's done playing and moving, so now we check mission status. So now that it's in short range, we've completed it. Now we roll a die to see our reward. So pretty easy that time. So we get a 1, Space Pirates. Each player must discard 1 tritanium or dilithium. That's fantastic. I just lost my dilithium. I probably should have used it. So that's our reward. Okay. So that was pretty bad. So Chekhov is done. We've successfully rescued the crew from the abandoned ship. I will add 2 success tokens, and we move on. So that's our mission status is complete. Now we go to threats, move, and fire, but we've cleared the board, so now we draw 2 more threats. Let's see what we have here. We've got an ion storm. Roll a die. 2. Apply 1 damage to shield or hull in that sector. So we are going to take 1 hull damage. Alright, so we've got 1 hull damage. That's our first threat. Second threat in the bag. And we have a comet. All right, resolve immediately. So let us do that. So the sector the comet comes in is going to be 4. Oh boy. So comet comes into 4. All right, so the way the comet works, it flies immediately at the Enterprise. So if there are any other threats here, it would destroy them, fly right through them. So unfortunately, it's going to do 2 damage, and it's going to go, there's no shields on this side, so it's going to hit the front hull of my ship. All right, so that sector is destroyed. So the comet did a whole lot of damage. All right, great. So let's move on. That was our second threat. So there's no ships, at least. That's the positive. Look at the bright side. And now let's move on to the next turn. So we go back to Mr. Sulu. So Mr. Sulu's got 5 cards, and he gets to draw 1. Great. Does nothing for me. We will reveal a new mission. So that one's done. Let's see what is next on the board. We get Space Seed. That sounds ominous. Okay, so the Enterprise encounters an ancient space vessel whose occupants are in suspended animation. When brought aboard, Kahn takes over the Enterprise. Ooh, so the mission timer starts at 4, so we'll put the timer on 4. When the mission's revealed, all players discard 1 card at random. Players draw 1 less card during their draw-up phase, and players may not maneuver the Enterprise. So we must commit 2 command credits, 1 medical, and 2 of any division credits to complete the mission, defeating Kahn and regaining control of the Enterprise. Okay, the first thing I need to do is randomly discard a card from each crew member. So we will discard the Carbonite Maneuver, which is fine, I don't need that. Carbonite. And we'll discard rear phasers. Oh well. Alright, so we are gonna do Sulu's turn. So I could trade a card. I've got, oh, he's got a couple of goodies here. So I think what we'll do is, remember I can't maneuver, so no maneuvering. So I can do 2 of any. I need 2. So I will put 1 command, 1 medical. Well, let me see if I should trade first. Hold on. Can I get, does he have anything good? He's got a command. Yeah, let me do that. So I'll trade for this command. Even though this is a really good card. And I will give him back long range phasers, I guess. Boom. Alright, so I will give to the mission are 2 command, 1 medical, and 2 of any. Wow. Bang. Knock that out. 2 engineering. So, next, play cards is done. Check mission status. Complete. Kahn was no threat whatsoever. Alright, so my reward, rotate the Enterprise to facing of your choice. Also, when the next mission is revealed, you may look at the top 2 mission cards, choose one to be the next mission, and put the other at the bottom of the deck. Oh my. Alright, so I will face it back to the neutral position. Not that it matters. I will take my 3rd success token, and that's our 3rd year success. And this is going to go to the bottom of the pile. It's completed. Now we move on to threats, and there are none, so we're going to have to draw 2 from the bag. So if we get something good. This doesn't look good. This is another Klingon bird of prey. So let us roll the die. We get a 5. Oh boy, he's coming in the most vulnerable section. And we get a Romulan battle cruiser coming in at 4. So seems to be where they like to come in. So Sulu's done. We can maneuver again, and we are ready to roll on to Chekhov's turn. So let's start with his draw up. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. He gets to draw 2, 5, and 6. All right. That might not be bad. So he's got his cards. We are going to reveal a new mission, and we get to draw 2 and keep 1. So do we want the Enterprise incident or Charlie X? I don't know. So let's take a look and see which one is the easiest. All right, so my choices are the Enterprise incident or Charlie XCX. So I think I'm going to probably go with, I mean, they both require some items, but the Enterprise instance requires me to acquire a cloaking device from the Romulans, right? So I have a Romulan bird of prey on the board already, so I just have to get into close range with him and spend 2 command and 2 engineering credits, and I complete this. And I have 8 rounds to do it versus 4 to rescue Yeoman Rand. So I'm going to put this one on the bottom of the pile and take the Enterprise incident because I think that's probably my best bet. I have the best shot at this one. So let's go with that. And basically just need to maneuver and get that guy in range. All right, so we can't trade any cards because Sulu doesn't have any. So we are doing all right. So let's see what we can do here. I have one of the engineering cards, so I'll hold on to that dilithium first off. He can do 2 damage, so I definitely have to knock some of these guys off the board, but I need to first move. But let me see if I need to fire first. I have a side shot and a front shot, so I guess I will go with the side shot. It's the best I can do. So, eek. I will turn. Oh, he gets +1 damage. Oh, that's good. Nice. All right, so he is going to shoot his long-range side phasers and do 2 damage to our Romulan battlecruiser. So he's dead. Nice. And I have shields now facing the bird of prey, which is what I wanted. I could kill him, but I don't want to do that because I need to get him in close. And I will hold on to the rest of his cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's going to be done. I think that's all I want to do here. So I'm going to now check the mission status. Not complete. We move it down to 7. And we are going to do threats. So what happens now is the bird of prey moves up 1 and cloaks. So he's going to appear next, which is, we're not sure where he's going to go. He's probably going to go in one of these directions and appear, and then they fire. And that could be very bad. But that's that. That's all he gets to do. And now we get to take 2 threats. How good is that? All right, we have another thing on battle cruisers coming in on number 3. That's different. And this is a strong one. And we have a, well, I think it's our first Klingon battle cruiser. And a Romulan battle cruiser, which is much easier. Comes in on 2. So we've got 2 more threats coming in. All right. So Chekhov is done. Threats are in. And we go back to Mr. Sulu. So we get to draw him a full hand of 6 this time. Alright, so he's got a full hand of 6. We're going to trade a card if we want. So we have 2 red, no engineering. I like this time travel card, which is nice. Alright, so let's see. I have titanium, which is really nice. So I can use this to repair 1 damaged hull. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to use this to repair 1 damaged hull. And I'm going to repair that whole section. All right, at least we stopped that. I would like to rebuild that at some point. So I've got that. I'm not going to trade any cards yet. I don't think I need to, because I don't need this. But I do want to attack if I can. And I can, so. Now remember, he can move twice. So, I think I'm gonna fire rear phasers at this guy, knock him down to 1, long range, right? I'm going to maneuver once. Now they're on the sides, right? Actually, this guy's the side. Do I maneuver again, twice? He's in the front, he's on the side. So I will shoot the side again, and that's gonna kill him. And I only have his medium range, so I can do time travel and look through to get some cards. So I know I don't have any. So I can look through, this will let me look through the top 10 cards and choose one card added to your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'll take this card, I'll play time travel. And now I've got the multi-range front phasers. These are hit one target at any range, so that'll hit anybody, but I'm going to use it for the command symbol. So what he's going to do now is he's going to devote those two to the mission and hold on to that. So Sulu is done. That's all he can do. All right, so Sulu's turn's over. As far as playing cards, check the mission status, down to 6. We're not complete yet. We threats, move, and fire. So he's going to move up 1 and fire. So that whole shield segment is now destroyed. All right. So now for cloaking, the way they work, we have to roll a die for position for uncloak. And we get 2. So on a 1 to 2, they move clockwise. So this is clockwise. So he will go clockwise, appear, and fire. He does 2 damage. So the way this works now, this is a destroyed section of the ship. So 2 damage to a destroyed section takes that many cards off the top of the deck, and they get removed from the game. So I've just lost 2 cards from the game. The way you lose this game is if every section of the ship is destroyed, then the game's over. If 3 sections are destroyed of the hull, you can't move your ship anymore. So we don't want that either. But so he came out in the most optimal spot and fired on us for 2 damage. So that's it. We draw 2 new threats, and we will go over to Mr. Chekhov. So we get a. Oh wait, I didn't even. Did he already? Yeah, he already fired. So we get a Romulan battle cruiser. Comes in at 1. And we get a Supernova, Champagne Supernova. Roll 1 die, rotate Enterprise that many facings clockwise. 5. Wow, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, that was interesting. So that just spun us about. We're still okay, but we're facing, a lot of threats are facing our weak side without shields, so that's no good. But that's that. Threat tokens are done. His turn's over. We go to Pavel Chekhov. So Pavel Chekhov, what are you gonna do? We're gonna draw up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We get to draw a card. All right. And we get to trade a card. I have a red, and oh, you know what? I can complete this mission, so screw that. Let's do this. We're not going to trade any cards. we are going to play cards now and maneuver. So we're going to maneuver, and we're going to fly forward and bring him in close, real close like. We are going to play these 2 cards. So we're going to give another command and another engineering. So we've got our 2 each, right? That's done. Now let's see if we can take these guys out. Mid-range, side phasers, boom, fire. Does 2 damage because of his bonus. Boom, boom, he's down to 1. I don't have any more ways of shooting these guys, so Chekhov is done. He's done all he can. He's done all he can. Maybe I should have traded. Do I have anything? Yes, I should have traded. Let me trade. I'm going to give him this multi-range photon and we'll take this card. I'm going to trade because I need to take this guy out. So it's another medium range. Boom, knocks him out. I had to get rid of him. And we're done maneuvering and done firing. We're out of cards. Check mission status. Oh, we are up close. We've got all the cards we need. So we've done it. We've maneuvered in short range and completed the mission. We acquired the cloaking device. Now remove all Romulan ships from the board and put them in the discard pile. Is this a Romulan ship? Romulan. These all go off the board. Swept it clean. That is our 4th mission success. Sweet. All right, let us get the 4 completed. Now we can draw 2 more threat tokens and see how much more damage they can do to our ship. First one, Romulan Bird of Prey. Comes in on the 2. 4, 3, 2. And we get we get Krang's Battle Cruiser. And he's coming in on number 4. So when Krang's Battle Cruiser comes in, after placement, all Klingon ships fire, and cloaked ships uncloak and fire per their behavior. So fortunately, there are no Klingon or cloaked ships here. Or Klingon cloaked ships. But he's a tough one. Alright. So we avoided that. And we're done. So now we just go to Mr. Sulu. So he's got 3, 4, 5, and 6. So he's drawn up his cards. We're going to reveal a new mission. And this will be our 5th mission. If we complete this, we win the game. Alright, Alien Encounter. Alright, a sentient cloud of pure energy takes over the Enterprise. Mission timer starts at 4, so we'll set the clock at 4. Players may not maneuver the Enterprise. Instead, at the start of each player's play cards maneuver phase, roll the die, and then we will rotate the ship. According to the die roll, players must commit 3 phaser cards, 1 engineering card, and 1 dilithium to complete the mission, dissipating the energy cloud. Alright, I like that. So let's see how this rolls. Alright, Mr. Sulu. Can he do it all on his own? He actually has the cards to do it. Wow, he could do it. Could do it. Do it, Mr. Sulu. You got a good hand. All right, so we're not going to trade. We're going to play cards and maneuver. So basically, I just need to devote cards to this, like 3 phaser cards, right? So here's 1, 2. All right. So at the start, I got to roll the die, right? At the start of the phase, I roll the die. I get a 4, and a 4 says rotate the Enterprise 1 facing counterclockwise. So he's going to rotate this way, which is not terrible. And that's that. So I need to commit 3 phaser cards. So let me see. Well, I'm definitely going to commit my dilithium, so I had it. I don't have the other engineering token. I don't have another engineering. Well, that stinks. Let me see if I can knock these guys off the board then. So I will. All right, so I'll do this. I'll do multi-range front photon torpedo. That does 2 damage. So he's going to shoot a photon torpedo. Boom, boom. 2, 1 left, and we'll finish him off with long-range phasers. Boom. He's gone. We got somebody on our flank, and I do have multi-range side phasers. So that will knock him down to 1. He's going to do 2 damage though. And I don't have another card that can hit him. So I can't maneuver either because of this thing that's on the ship. So I'll probably devote one of these phaser cards to the mission. Alright, so that's that. Now, check the mission status. It goes down to 3. Threats, move, and fire. So this guy is actually going to move up 1. And the Romulan bird of prey moves up 1 and cloaks, right? And then he's going to appear and shoot twice. So he's done. Now we draw 2 new threats. So let's see, we've got a comet. Great. Roll a 3. It's going to come in here. So this guy just shoots straight in. Couldn't come in 2 and take him out. So he comes in on 3, and boom, he hits that segment of the ship. Alright, so now we've got 2 destroyed hull sections from comets. And we draw 1 more threat. And we get a Klingon battlecruiser. So he's going to come in on 6 right here. So that's not the worst place to come in. Sulu's done. And we're going to pass the torch over to Mr. Chekhov. So Mr. Chekhov is going to draw up 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now we will reveal the mission cards. Good. Trade a card. Do we want to trade? I don't necessarily think I do. No, I don't. I definitely don't want to trade. I don't need to. So let's play cards here. But first, I have to roll the die and see which way this thing turns us. So we roll a 6. The 6 is going to move us. Rotate the Enterprise 1 facing counterclockwise. So we're going to roll this way again. Boom. All right. That's not good at all. Okay. So I've got to put in 1 more engineering, so I'll drop that in. So I've got 1 engineering, 1 dilithium. I need 2 more shots, 2 more guns. So I'll throw 1, maybe 2, but I'm not sure yet. I'll probably give that one. So there's our 3. I'm going to fire long-range phasers. They do 2 damage, remember, because Chekhov does additional damage, so I'm going to hit him. Boom. Boom. Tricorder. Look at the top 5 cards of the Enterprise deck. Keep 1 in your hand and return the rest to the top of the deck in any order. So let's see what I can get here. Let me do that. So I'm going to play the tricorder. I get to look at the top 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can not hit him with any of these. Play this card. Let's see, Triox Compound. Play this card and discard 1 other card to draw 3 Enterprise cards and add them to your hand. Maybe I'll do that, but I have to discard my dilithium. Yeah, let me do that. I'm going to keep that one. These go in any order, so I'll probably do like that. Draw 3 Enterprise cards. So I'll be actually drawing 3 of these and adding them to my hand. I'll do that. I'll take these 3. So I'll put that back. because I would have just drawn these 3 anyway. So that actually worked out. And this one gets played with my trilithium, and I end up getting these 3 instead. So with my tractor beam, I'll play that, and that'll move this guy in any direction. I'm going to move him over to the rear a little bit more. I could have moved him to the side, but I don't have guns for that. I just wanted to get him into a segment that had shields. I can't use these, so checkoff is done. Playing cards. So now we go to check the mission status. So I know I've completed it. I've given 3 phasers, 1 engineering, and 1 dilithium. Right. So that's done. Rotate the Enterprise to facing of your choice and repair 1 shield section. So let us rotate this that way. Let's go this way. I don't want to go that way. I'm going to take a chance here. I'm going to take some damage here, but I'm worried about him because he hits for 2. Alright, so we'll do the of my... I think this is the least. Repair 1 shield section. So we will repair... I guess we'll repair that shield. Maybe we'll repair that one. Alright, so that's that. But this is complete. So now that I've completed the mission, I actually have 5 years completed. But after all missions are completed, no new threats are drawn, and players must destroy the remaining threats to win. So we've got to kill these 2 ships. So let's do the threats, move, and fire. So he's going to go up, boom, and he's going to fire. And he's going to hit our whole section. So he's going to put damage. It's not destroyed, it's just damaged. Alright, so we took damage. Now this guy is going to appear, and he's going to move 1 direction. 3. So when the cloaking ships appear, a roll of a 3 to 4 is they stay. And he fires 2. So that shot is actually going to destroy that shield. Alright, so we've survived. We don't draw any more threats because no new threats are drawn, so we just have to clear space here. So let's see if we can do this with Mr. Sulu. So I get to draw up 5 more cards. 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so let's see what we have here. What kind of damage can we do? Now remember, Mr. Sulu can move the Enterprise twice. Alright, so what do I want to do? What can I do here? I'm going to do medical scanner. Draw 2 Enterprise cards, add 1 to your hand, and give 1 to another player. So I will draw 2 Enterprise cards, add 1 to my hand, and give 1 to the other player. Alright, so I'll give this to Chekhov, and I'll keep this, because what this is going to do is let me destroy 1 of these ships. So medium range side phasers, destroy that guy. I'm going to maneuver. Now he's in my frontal arc, and he is mid-range. Now we'll use medium range front phasers to destroy the Klingon battle cruiser, and all ships are dead. We've survived and beaten the 5-year mission. Alright, so there you have it. That's the full playthrough of Star Trek Panic. Game is based on, obviously, the original series. Not typically my favorite series in Star Trek. Do prefer the Next Generation or sort of the new one based on the movies, but you know, still works. Thematically, I think the game is fantastic. Really lends itself well to this engine. Like it a lot better than Castle Panic and even Dead Panic, just because it doesn't feel like the same sort of game over and over again, where you're just fighting off hordes of things coming at you, where you actually have some ability to rotate the ship. You've got to use your weapons. A lot more tactics to it. Some good cards for interaction, and the whole mission concept is awesome, where you don't know what you're going to get every time. So huge amount of variety in the game playthrough. So plays fast. It's definitely a difficult game to play, especially if you try solo with one hand. I definitely recommend doing 2, maybe 3 hands if you want it to manage it that way. That way you have a better variety of cards to deal with sort of the threats coming up. But that's it. I think I got lucky in that playthrough. Had some pretty easy mission cards considering. And some of the threats, even though I got some pretty nasty ones with those comets and all, I think overall they weren't all that bad. So but hope you enjoyed the playthrough. If you haven't done so, please subscribe, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.